Hi guys, Mike here from MyKeyVlogs, and in this video I'm going to be doing a little overview on the Honda NC750. Now this is the X model. I did actually want to take the S version out, but they didn't have that for demo, so I'm taking the X. There isn't really much difference about it. It's a little bit taller up. I prefer bikes that are a little bit, lower to the ground. So I do have to kind of like stretch my legs over on this. I'm not exactly the tallest guy. The other thing that's different is the seat. There's a different texture on this one. This probably isn't going to be an issue for lots of people. And this key here is on the side. So the other one is more for, like street kind of use or whatnot. This one's more for all-purpose touring. But I guess it's down to preference. So I'm not a really big tech head, so I can't go too much detail into all of the specs. But obviously, as labelled on the side of the bike, it's a 750. It does have 81 miles per gallon, which is actually twice as what my Honda Hornet S FS can actually deliver. So it's a lot more fuel efficient. It also does come with ABS. It's not an extra that you have to buy. It does come with it, so that's good. And yeah, so anyway, let's go a little around the bike. So I'm going to turn the electrics on. You can see that everything's all electrical, LCD screen and whatnot, and LED lights up the top. You've got the speedo here, and to the right, that's actually the gear indicator. When I change gear, that will go, for instance, like 1, 2, 3, etc. It'll tell you what gear you're in, which is pretty neat. And to the right of that, you've got an actual fuel gauge. Another handy thing, because my bike doesn't actually have it, so I have to kind of refill it every 100 miles. Then to the left we have the total mileage, and beneath that you've got the time. So it's a pretty useful little screen there. On the left, obviously, you've got your high beams and whatnot, and the horn, which is pretty loud. And you also have some hazards. There you go, it's a bit of flashing. Alright, so if I turn that off, obviously you've got your indicators, which are quite close to the, quite close in, not on the side like that is. It's more a little bit further up. And on the right hand side, you've obviously got your kill switch, and you've got your startup. The sound of it's not too bad. Once again, it really depends on the exhaust. Quite low, like blah, 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 whereas that one over there kind of screams. Now the one thing that I really like about this bike is this really convenient storage. So if I just open this up, and the helmet I have on actually fits in here. I've got a large full face helmet, and it fits in no problem, depending on what angle. The first angle I put it in, which is like downright, didn't fit, but then I had it pointing like in a different angle, and it fit in absolutely fine. It does come with a little toolkit, and yeah, it's a nice amount of space. I think it's very similar to my 32-litre top box, so very convenient. And when I first saw that, I was like, wow, that's awesome, but where on earth is the how do you fill this thing up? And it's actually in this rear bit here. See, so just twist it out, and there we go. So the fuel goes in there. I believe this holds about 14 litres, I believe the guy said. So it's a little bit less than some other bikes, but at the same time it is very fuel efficient, so you're going to get a lot of miles out of it. And then literally to undo this, you just pop that up and slide it down. Pretty neat. As for pinions, I think it's going to be very suitable for pinions. It's very it's quite flat. If you look over here, this one's a little bit, it's a lot more slidey, like quite very smooth, no grip on it. And it, when this is upright, it's pretty much angled downwards a bit, whereas this one is better angled for pinions. And you've also got a really good grip rail there for so they can actually hold on to it. But I mean, like, overall, it's actually been a very pleasant bike to ride. It doesn't have, like a lot of oomph compared to my 600 when off the starting line. With this one, if I'm gonna full on go for it, I can get to 60 really quickly. This one does not like going up to 40 in gear 1. It pretty much redlines it when it gets to 40 in gear 1, so it kind of cuts out a little bit. So you kind of want to go to gear 1 and gear 2 and whatnot. But mid-range, it has quite a bit of acceleration, so that's all good. But yeah, so I'm gonna give you a few clips of you know, how it, you know, what it's like when it's going on the road. And yeah, I mean, personally, I think it's a fantastic little bike. I think this retails for about, I think about £6,000, roughly around that price point. You're going to get a lot of miles out of it, so definitely a bike to consider. Anyway, I'm gonna fill this up. Should be quite interesting. Okay, so I'm going to fill this up, so whop this in, turn it to the left, this pops up, voila, very nice. I wonder if it has any, yeah, it does have a little draining bit. I thought that, you know, if you were to spill some of that in, not going to be good. Anyway, let's fill this up. Oh, goes in nicely. It's actually really easy to fill up. There you go, click this up, bish bash bosh, done. Sounds pretty nice. Okay, gear 1, you can see the indicator, the gear indicator, so that is 1. Okay. Yeah, anyway dude, after you. Yeah, so the ABS light goes off about 2 miles per hour, 2-3 miles per hour it goes off. And this thing does have quite a good amount of torque, a lot more than my bike. The acceleration compared to my bike, if you're really giving it some beans, isn't as much. My bike in front of me can go about 60 miles per hour in gear 1 and it can get there pretty fast. This one, not so much. It struggles. It doesn't struggle. It's got like the first bit of it's good acceleration, and but then it struggles up to about 40 miles per hour. It just kind of backs off. You know, it pretty much red lines at 40 in gear 1. But you know, well, like I said, that's if you're just giving it some, you know, some proper beans. I'm going to give you an example, right? So up to 40, and it's going to cut out. There we go. So gear 2. But mid-range, my God, you can give it some proper good acceleration, and it has no issues whatsoever if you want to overtake a car. So as for comfortability, really nice to sit on. The seat is very well padded, so I've been riding on this for about 2 hours. I don't have a sore arse, so that's saying something. As for the maneuverability of it, whoa, check that out. Really nice. I mean, it feels so light, and the center of balance is amazing, so you can proper, you know, throw it around if you really want to. The only thing, you know, that I have gripes with it is purely it's a little bit too tall for me. If I was a bit of you know, a taller person, then this would be perfect. I think it's an all-rounder. I mean, you know, it's very fuel efficient. It has a good amount of storage inside the bike. I mean, I think it's about 32 litres worth of space, so that's pretty impressive. But anyway, so I need to speak to my friend. Hello.
And then we get to take you on our first ride.
Yes, we will. So we're gonna pick up one of our friends who just recently passed her CBT. Oh, look at that slow control! I love that. Ooh, love the slow control that this thing can do. Right, I have no idea exactly where we're going to, but Aaron sure does. So, well, just a bit of information. Yes, that is my bike that he's riding, and yes, he is insured on it. Woohoo! Oh, cornering. That was nice. Oh, lovely. Really nice to handle. Yes, basically his insurance allows him to be insured third party on other people's bikes as long as they are insured. So what he's doing is completely legal. There she is! Ah, congratulations! Hey! Very nice. Hey, congrats! By the way, did you want a pillion on this one? Because I need to know what it's like with the pillion on. So, awesome, we're going to get a pillion test. Anyway guys, hopefully this video has helped just give you a little insight of what the bike has to offer, and thank you for watching.